Good evening, everyone. This is Robert from RJL Network presenting you another edition of Al Wilson's wonderful quick playing game of fast inning baseball. I'm doing this now because I actually do want to complete this little series we got for 1986 between the New York Mets and the Boston Red Sox. So I thought we'd just go ahead and pretty much end this thing tonight. And this is going to be the last, pretty much last sports stream I will do tonight, because I'm still might do some more Marvel Champions. But this is going to be it for the off season, as we're going to be doing as we got to get ready for Inside Pitch and the demo game, which will be on Christmas, Christmas Day. I have decided to move the demo game for Inside Pitch, the 1972 demo game. That will be on Christmas Day, but it will now be at 11 a.m. instead of noon. I forget, there is football that you guys are probably going to want to watch, even though my Dolphins don't play until 4:30 that day. But I know people want to get into their football, so I am moving the demo game now to 11 o'clock on Sunday for the 1970 demo game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Oakland Athletics at Oakland Coliseum. Good to see you, Brandon. Welcome. So I really just want to go ahead and just finish off this little series. The Red Sox had a 2-1 lead. Had two games to one lead, and Sunday's Christmas Eve. My bad, Christmas Eve. There, Clee baseball fan and DB. Good to see you. So the Red Sox have a 2-1 lead, and I just want to finish this World Series out. And as I said, this is going to be the last sports stream I will do as I get prepared for the for Inside Pitch in 1972, as I got to get my mind set on that. So the demo game on Christmas Eve is now 11 a.m., not 12. And I did post something in the community to let you guys know that that is going to happen. So we don't have to worry about if we do overlap into a little bit of the early part of the football games, because the demo game takes about 2 hours to do. Okay, the demo game takes about 2 hours to play, where I'm answering questions, and of course I'm playing through slow and steady, so you guys can see how Inside Pitch plays. Because of course, when I start playing the replay, of course you guys know I move very fast. So that is awesome. So let's finish off this fast inning baseball series between the New York Mets and the Boston Red Sox for 1986. And we're using the game day 1970 through 1992 MLB charts. Instead of using my scoreboard, I'm going to go ahead and use the sheet. It'll be a little faster, I think. All right. So without further ado, I guess we should start playing. So good to see you guys. Game 4 of this series was still in Boston at Fenway Park, Hitters Park. Ron Darling was the starting pitcher, and Al Nipper was the starting pitcher for the Red Sox. So we'll see if we get. We'll see. First of all, we got to see if we can get back to Shea. But right now, the Red Sox have a 2-1 lead. But right now, fast inning baseball is doing what it's supposed to do. The Mets did lose the first 2 games at home, and then they won 1 game in Boston. So let's see what happens, shall we? After watching Steve Tower do his fast inning baseball game, all right, and went ahead and kind of made things a little bit easier for me in this. So let's see if we can get going. So let's see if we can get this done pretty quickly, and that'll wrap up my off season for sports. And I might still do some Marvel Champions before we actually get into the 1972 season, because you guys know once I do start Inside Pitch 1972, that Inside Pitch, that is all I do. So. All right, let's go to the top of the first, Mets and Red Sox. Ron Darling on the mound for the Mets, and Al Nipper, who is a grade of C for the Red Sox, and Ron Darling is a B+. So let's see, 336, and we only need these charts. We only need game day drama, and if we need to. So, all right. So 336, wild throw. Runners will advance. Error. Decider die equals 1 run. There is the decider die, and it is going to be an error. So already the Red Sox commit an error, and it's going to be there is going to be a run. And let's see. And there is 1 run, so they say 1 hit this inning. So the Mets will start with a quick 1-0 lead. Good to see Ron McGrath. Good to see everybody here for a quick game of FastScore Baseball. So Mets take a quick 1-0 lead on an error by the Red Sox. And just for the heck of it, who made the error? And we'll do black die first. 65. That error is made on Don Baylor is a DH, so he would not be in the field. So I'll re-roll. And 51, and that error was made on Tony Armas in center field. Okay. So Armas will give him an error. All right. Let's go to the bottom of the first, see what happens. The Mets have a quick 1-0 lead. See here. Hope you guys are excited for 1972, because I certainly am. 366, the same 366, porous fielding team. Let's see. No, the defense for the Mets is semi-solid. So easy grounder to the pitcher who tosses the first for the out. No runs, but 2 hits. So no runs, but 2 hits for the Red Sox. Top of the second. Mets with a 1-0 lead. 126. There's a fielder finder for the error on the chart. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Right there. Correct. Yes, he is right. All right. Good to see Joel turning. So 126. And let's see here. Easy grounder to the second baseman will end the inning. No runs. Bottom of the second. Mets lead 1-0 here in game 4 of this series. 236. 236. Strong batting team or shaky pitcher. Boston is a weak batting is a semi-weak batting team, and we have a shaky pitcher. Ron Darling is not shaky, so it's going to be a fly out to center field to end the innings. No runs, but a hit. Top of the third. 345. 345. Fielder bobbles the easy grounder. Error equals decider die equals 1 run. The decider die says no, so it's going to be an error, but there's not going to be any runs. So another error is made by the Red Sox, and this time we will use the fielder finder. And 62, and that is the right fielder, and that happens to be Dwight Evans makes an error out there, but it doesn't cost the anyone, and there are no hits this inning. So no runs, no hits. There was an error. So 2 errors on the Red Sox as Evans makes an error. All right. So bottom of the third, still 1-0 Mets. 1-1-1. Re-roll on game day drama. So we bring over the game day drama chart here. And we will use black die first. And 1-2. 2 errors on the same play, run score. To determine players, use fielder finder. Wow, 2 errors on the Mets this time. Yeah, boy, really? 2 errors on the Mets. So we go back to run score. To determine players, use fielder finder. So everybody's making mistakes in this one. The first error for the Mets, 16. And that's going to be the first baseman, Hernandez. And the second one, 35, will be on the shortstop. So that means Santana, which means Hernandez and Santana will both make an error. So that is 2 errors now for the Mets. And roll 2d6 and refer to the correct scoring quality. Boston's is semi-high scoring. And that is a decider die, so it will be high scoring, and that is 25. And that's still just going to be 1 run. So the game was tied. So 1 run, and there was, and there is 1 hit. They do get a hit for that. Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike joins us here for a quick game here. So tied at 1 now with tied at 1. As we now go back to top of the 4th. So both teams have made 2 errors in the game. Mets now up 1-5-6, and routine grounder to third baseman, inning over, no run score. Bottom of the 4th, and 2-2-3, and 2-2-3 outfielder makes the jogging catch, and the inning is over, no runs but a hit. So right now, Al Nipper pitching a gem at the moment, only giving up 1 hit, but the errors is what doing it here. So errors are what costing in there. Top of the 5th. Mets are up 1-1-5. And let's see. 1-1-5. Low scoring team. No, the Mets are a high scoring. The Mets are a low scoring team. Hot grounder gets by the diving second baseman. Runs score. So the Mets are going to get some runs in this one. So they're going to get some runs. So let's see how many they get. They are a high scoring team. And 16 is just going to be a run. So 1 run, and I'll just use the 6 as quickly when we roll. So 1 run on 2 more hits than runs. So I'm going to say 1 run on 3 hits. So Mets actually get 3 hits in that inning. And now Mets have a 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 5th. And that is a 5-5-6. So that's clutch. So clutch at bat coming up here. So let's see who it is. So for the Red Sox, 24. That is going to be Marty Barrett, who's got an 8+, and Ron Darling has a B+. So an A+ and a B+, a 46. So a 46 or higher, the Red Sox are going to get some runs. And it is a 46. They just get it. And they're going to get some runs scored. So they are a semi-high scoring team, and that will be high. So it's 33, and they are going to get 2 runs in that inning. So 2 runs. I'll use the 3. So 2 runs on 2 hits, and the Red Sox just get the lead right back. Now 3-2. 6th inning. As Bruce Hurst comes, as Marty Barrett comes through with a big clutch run there. All right, so let's go down to the top of the 6th inning. So Red Sox now lead 3-2. 1-1-3, and batter fans on the outside pitch to end the inning. No runs. Bottom of the 6th. 1-2-6. Easy grounder to the second baseman will end the inning. No runs. Okay. 7th inning. 1-2-2. And base hit down the right field line, run score. So the Mets are going to get runs this time. So let's see what they get here. So base hit. Let's play the series of the rain out if necessary. Yeah, pretty much. I'm using the as played pitchers, of course, to start the game. So run score, and the Mets are a high scoring team, so no need to roll the decider. So let's see how many runs they get. And I'll keep the black roll. 41, and that's going to be 2 runs for the Mets. So the Mets are going to get 2 runs on 2 hits this inning. So they get 2 hits. Craig Scarborough, good to see you. And now the Mets retake the lead now 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And Al Nipper, actually his stamina was a 6. So now so actually in that 7th inning he actually went down. His grade actually goes down, I believe, to an F. But The Mets are up anyway. The Red Sox are up now in the bottom of the 7th. Ron Darling's going to stay pitching. His stamina is the 7th. So let's see if the Red Sox get some runs back here. 2-3-4. 2-3-4. Weak batting team or tough pitcher? The Red Sox actually are semi-weak. That's a decide or die. They are going to be a weak batting team. So 2-3-4. Deep fly dies just shy of the warning track. No runs. So nothing for the Red Sox. We go to the top of the 8th. Al Nipper's going to come out. And now Bob Stanley. Might as well bring in Bob Stanley. He's better as a D than the bullpen in F. So now Bob Stanley will pitch the 8th and possibly the 9th. Can't do much worse. So top of the 8th inning now. Mets lead 4-3 here. So now bring in Stanley. It starts with a D. All right. So I'm just trying to finish off this little series. That's all. Just trying to finish it off. This is the last this will be the last sports stream I will do until we start Inside Pitch. All right. So Mets, what is it here? Top of the 8th. And that is a 2-5-6. And pitcher fields ball and tosses the first to end the inning. No runs, but a hit. And bottom of the 8th. Darling is now past his stamina, and we're gonna go bullpen. We're gonna bring in McDowell. We're gonna bring in McDowell. He's an A, and he can go for 2 innings. So McDowell will now come in and try to close the game. Chris DeMello, good to see you. Do you play tabletop hockey? Yeah, I tried to, and it was a lot of fun, but just too long to play. My games just are just way too long for the thing. So I'm always going to stick to baseball if possible, and to short other games as well. You know, as far as tabletop hockey, Chris, look, I leave that also to I'll leave that to Uncle Dave. He's the Lord of the Rink. So bottom of the 8th, see the Red Sox, see what they do here. And that is a 3-5-5. Shortstop makes a highlight reel play to end the inning. No runs, but a hit. So top of the 9th inning, Stanley is now down to an F. So now he's an F now. You can't go any lower than that. They're going to let him pitch. Doesn't really matter here. So top of the 9th inning, Mets have a chance to tie this series up. 3-5-6. And let's see, 3-5-6. Fielding team flashy. No, Boston's defense is neutral. It's neutral, so grounder over the bag will score at least 1 run. So runs scored for the Mets are going to get some. They're going to get some insurance. Black die first, 53. They are a high-scoring team, and that's going to be 3 runs for the Mets, and 3 runs on 3 hits. So they got 10 hits in this game today. And now we go to the bottom of the 9th. And the Red Sox Mets are now 3 outs away from tying the series up. McDowell still on the mound. And that is a 5-6-6. That's clutch. That's a clutch at bat. 5-6-6 is a clutch at bat. So the Red Sox will get a chance. So we got to find out first who's doing the clutch. And that is 24. And that, again, is Marty Barrett with an A+. So Marty Barrett came through earlier. Question now, does Roger McDowell do a better job than Darling did? So Marty Barrett, and his clutch rating is an A+, but McDowell is an A, and that's a 51. So a 51 or higher, the Red Sox are going to get runs. It's a 24. They do not. And that is going to be a fielder's choice ground out. Ends the inning, no runs and a hit. And that will do it for the game. So the Mets are going to get the game here. Let's see, 1, 2, 4, 7. 7 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. Red Sox 3 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. And looks like is Darling going to get the win? Yeah, Darling will get the win for the game. And Nipper will take the loss. So now the series is tied at 2-2. Let's go to Game 5. The Mets playing the Red Sox again back at Fenway Park. Dwight Gooden was on the mound for this game, and Bruce Hurst started for the Red Sox in Game 5. So the series is now tied at 2. So we're definitely going back to Shea for a Game 6 at least. So let's see what happens now, as the Mets will take on the Red Sox in the 5th game of this World Series for 1986. All right. Historically, of course, the Red Sox won Game 5. All right, top of the 1st. And that is a 1-3-5. And 1-3-5, second baseman snags a line drive to end the inning. No runs. And there was a hit. Bottom of the 1st. 2-4-6. 2-4-6. Ground out to the pitcher. Ground out to the pitcher, who throws to first to end the inning. No runs and a hit. Top of the 2nd. 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Strong batting team or shaky pitcher. The Mets are a semi-strong batting team. The decider die says no. Bruce Hurst is not a shaky pitcher, so it is not a strong batting team. So that's going to fly out to center field to end the inning. They usually are, but in this case, a semi-strong, where the decider die says no. So it is going to be, so we say what, 2-3-6. So no runs, but there was a hit for the Mets. Bottom of the 2nd, 3-4-6. So 3-4-6. He misplays the ball and scrambles to recover. Error. Decider die says does not come up with runs. So it's going to be an error, but no runs are going to get scored. So no runs. So there's not going to be any hits, but no runs. But who made the error? The error is going to be on. Error is going to be 63. And that'll be on Darryl Strawberry. So Strawberry will make an error in right field, but no runs will score though. So that's one error on the Mets. As we now go to the 3rd, no runs. All right. Top of the 3rd inning, and that is 2-3-6 again. So 2-3-6, strong batting team or shaky pitcher. Well, we already know that Bruce Hurst is not shaky. We know they're semi-strong. Decider die says no. So that, again, is going to be a fly out to center field. No runs and a hit. Red Sox are up. 1-1-1. That is game. We know that is game day drama. Game day drama. Black die first. 44. The 0-2 fastball is grooved right down the middle of the plate. Home run. And that is for the Red Sox. So a home run for the Red Sox will put the Red Sox ahead. And let's see what that is there. So home run. That's a 44. That's going to be a 2-run homer. And that home run was hit by 53. That was hit by Dwight Evans. He has been really awesome for the Red Sox in this entire set of games. That's a 2-run homer. And I'll re-roll that. 2 runs on 3 hits. Red Sox lead 2-0 after 3. So top of the 4th. Again, I hope I'm doing this right. So top of the 4th, Red Sox now with a 2-0 lead. 4-5-6 for the Mets. But the game day drama went away. So 4-5-6, that's a clutch at bat. As a clutch at bat for the Mets. And now let's see who they get. That's 62. And that's Darryl Strawberry. He gets the clutch. And Bruce Hurst is a B+. So, and Strawberry is a B. So a B with a B+, 53. So a 53 or higher, Strawberry comes through with a clutch hit. And he will not. That's a 51. And that's going to be batter. I'm going to say batter strikes out, swinging the end of the inning, no runs and a hit. So Strawberry cannot come through. Bottom of the fourth, Red Sox lead 2-0. Game 5 of this World Series. 4, 5, 6 again. Again, a clutch at bat comes up. And for the Red Sox, that's going to be Bill Buckner. His clutch is an A. Darling or Gooden is an A. So a 53 or higher. Buckner will come through. And he will not. That is going to be batter grounds out into an Indian double play. No runs, but a hit. Still 2-0, fifth inning. So fifth inning coming up here. And 2-6-6. 2-6-6. Hitter's Park. Yes. Benway Park is a hitter's park. And he pauses to watch that one leave the ballpark. That is a home run for the Mets, as Philip Reynolds says hello. Good to see you, my brother. Home run for the Mets. The Mets are on the board. Let's see who did that one. So home run, 62. And that is a 3-run homer. That's a 3-run homer for the Mets. And who hit that? Gary Carter, the kid, hit that once. That's a 3-run homer. And so that's 3 runs on 4 hits. So Gary Carter hits a blast. The kid hits a home run. And the Mets take the lead 3-2. Reds wire to wire on 72. You can't argue with the dice. It's up with the dice and FastScore what they got to do here. But the Reds should be making the postseason, I would think, in 1972. Although for some reason FastScore don't like the Reds. I don't know why. Bottom of the fifth, the Nets now have a 3-2 lead as Gary Carter hit one out. But not over yet. 2-2-6. 2-2-6. The 5-4-3 double play ends the inning. No runs and a hit. Top of the 6th inning. Bruce Hurst can go 7. Gooden can go 8. 1-2-2. And base hit down the right field line. Run score. So the Mets are going to get more runs. And they are a high-scoring team. 26. And they are going to get just a run. So 1 run on 3 hits. So the Mets are going to get 1 run on 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Mets now lead 4-2 over the Red Sox. New dice for the Reds and Mets for 72. Yeah, right? All right, so bottom of the 6th inning, Mets have the lead. And 2-2-4. And 2-2-4, he puts a charge to that one, and it's long gone, and the Red Sox are going to get their own home run there. Going to get their own home run. So let's see who hits the home run for the Red Sox. 34, and that is Jim Rice. So Rice hits one out for the Red Sox. And let's see what it was here. 51, and that is a 2-run home run by Jim Rice. So he actually ties the game up. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Red Sox. And we're now tied at 4 as Jim Rice gets into it. Top of the 7th, now tied at 4 here. Bruce Hurst, this is his stamina inning. 5-5-6, that's going to be clutch. And let's see who the Mets going to get. 52, and that clutch is George Foster. And his clutch rating is an A+. Okay, so George Foster is an A+ clutch rating. Bruce Hurst is still a B+. So an A+ and a B+. A 46 or higher, Foster will get some runs in. He will not, and that's going to be a strikeout. So no runs on one hit. Bottom of the seventh, Dwight Gooden still pitching. His stamina rating is an 8. 3-4-4. And porous fielding team, no. The Mets are not. So routine ground bout will end the inning, no runs and a hit. And it remains tied at 4. Top of the 8th inning. Now Bruce Hurst's stamina goes from a B+ now, I believe, down to a D. They should have the thing here. Don't worry about the fan. Let's see here. B+, no, now goes to a C. So Bruce Hurst's clutch rating is now a C, as he now reached his stamina inning. So now it's a C. And we'll see what happens here. Top of the 8th, tied at 4, pivotal game 5. 1-3-5. 1-3-5. Second baseman snags the line drive to end the inning. No runs, but there was a hit. Dwight Gooden will pitch. His stamina rating is an 8, is the 8th, and this is the 8th inning, so he will pitch. And 2-3-5. And he goes down swinging to end the inning, no runs. So 9th inning now, top of the 9th, still tied at 4. And now Bruce Hurst would go from a B+, go from a C down to an F. They'll bring in Bob Stanley since his grade is a D. So that's better than a Bruce Hurst becoming an F. So Bob Stanley will now come on to pitch. His rating will be a D for 1 inning. We'll see what the Mets do here. So top of the 9th inning, 2-4-6. 2-4-6. Ground out to the pitcher who throws to first to end the inning. No runs and a hit. So now do the Red Sox. Now Dwight Gooden's stamina goes from an A down to a B+. I'm gonna let him pitch for 1 more inning. So Gooden's is now down to a B+. In the bottom of the 9th inning, do the Red Sox get a walk-off? 1-4-4. And pitcher grade D or lower? No. Even though Gooden is tired, it goes from an A down to a B. So no, is not 1-4-4. He is not D or lower. So batter fans on the breaking ball in the inning, no runs. And we've got free baseball in this one. So the first time ever I get to use the extra innings chart. So now we go to the Fast Inning Baseball 1973 to 1992 extra innings chart. And so now we're in top of the 10th, and we're tied at 4 here in Game 5 of this World Series. This is a fun game. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun game. It's definitely fun. I like it. It is great for people that just want to play a quick game of baseball. I think it's great. I think it's a great game. Absolutely. All right. So Bob Stanley, his stamina now goes down to an F. So pretty much right now, the Boston bullpen is now going to stay an F. Pretty much, as I'm not bringing in any starters. So let's see what happens. So top of the 10th for the Mets here. 3-5-6. Oh, sorry, just roll 2 dice. 42. Let's see, or 24. Weak batting team or tough pitcher? No, the Mets are not a weak batting team, and Stanley is not a tough pitcher. So if it's fair, it's going to be if it's fair, it's going to be a home run. It's inside the foul pole, home run. So the Mets are going to get a hit here. So let's see who hit it. 26, and that was hit by Keith Hernandez. So Hernandez hits a homer. And let's see what that is. So he hits the homer, and they are a high-scoring team. 22. It's just a 1-run hit homer. So 1 run on 1 hit, just a solo homer by Keith Hernandez to put the Mets ahead. But now the Red Sox got to try to go ahead and tie this game up or take a win in the 10th. So let's see what happens here. So bottom of the 10th inning, Roger McDowell will now come on to pitch for the Mets. His stamina is an A. So let's see if the Mets can take a 3-2 game series lead and change history a little bit. So we rolled 2 dice in extra innings. So Boston gets last ups here. Bottom of the 10th, 32. And let's see, or 23. 23, solid fielding team, semi-solid. Decider die says yes. Solid fielding team, yes, they are. Infielder makes a great play to end the inning, no runs and a hit, and that will do it. And the Mets will win this game 5-4. And they will take a 3-2 lead on the Red Sox going back to Shea. 5 runs on 15 hits and an error, 4 runs on 10 hits and no errors, and good. And the winning pitcher is going to be whoever is going to be Gooden. He'll get the win, and it will be Stanley taking the loss. I'll give him the loss there. Anything you're hoping for Christmas? Remember, I'm Jewish, but I've already got what I want. I'm good. All right, so the Mets have a 3-2 lead. Now go to game 6. And but my mom is a messy. But my mom does has. I got Christmas presents for my mom though, Phil. So don't worry about. We got stuff for my because my mom loves Christmas. So top of the 6th. So game 6, Red Sox now go back to Shea, and it will be Clemens on the mound for the Red Sox and Bobby Ojeda on the mound for the Mets. For game 6. So the Mets have already, after losing the first 2 games, JAA have been on the fence of this game so far, putting it in your cart. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, tell you, you definitely should put it in your cart. You definitely should buy this game, JAA. Definitely buy it. Okay? It only costs, well, nothing. It's free. Thanks to Al Wilson, genius that he is. All right, so game 6, Red Sox and the Mets. So the Mets now have a 3-2 lead, and now they will try to end the series in 6 games instead of going to a 7. So far, the visiting team has won all 3 games. Let's go to the top of the 1st in game 6. So Bob Ojeda on the mound for the Mets, top of the 1st. That's a 1-2-6. And easy grounder to the second baseman will end the inning. No runs. Bottom of the 1st, Roger Clemens, A+ grade. 1-4-4. And pitcher grade D or lower. Nope. Batter fans on the breaking ball to end the inning. No runs. Second inning. Top 2. 1-4-6. Pitcher grade C or lower. Nope. Bob Ojeda is an A. And first base will take the ball to the bag himself for the final out. Nothing across. Bottom 2. 2-4-6. Ground out to the pitcher who throws the first to end the innings. No runs, but a hit. Top 3. 3-3-4. 3-3-4. Fielder boots the ball and can't find the handle. Error decider die equals a 1, but the decider die is a blank. So there's going to be an error, but no run will score. So no runs will score. So no runs. And let's see here. 3-3-4. Error equals a run. No runs, no hits this inning, but no hits. So but there was an error on the Mets. And the error was on the second baseman, and that is Wally Backman makes that error. He didn't make many of them, but he will make an error here. So Backman makes an error. And an E4. But the Red Sox can't do anything with it. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Do I think this guy is easier than History Maker Baseball Express? Yes, this is an easier game than History Make. It is, I think it is easier than History Maker Baseball Express, because you're only using just these, and that's it. You're not moving cards around, switching cards. This is definitely an easier game to play. Of course, it uses History Makers, uses Play.com's system. You know, if then this happens. Okay, but you know, but yes, I'll say it's easier. I'll say it's an easier game, but I'm not. But I'm not. I don't have History Maker Baseball Express, so I can't say if the game is good or not. But I've seen it played, and I think it looks like a great game. I mean, Play.com doesn't make bad games. Sorry. All right, bottom of the third. 2-4-5. 2-4-5. Unhittable changeup for a swinging strike 3, inning over, no runs, nothing across. Top of the fourth. 2-3-4. And weak batting team or tough pitcher. The Red Sox are semi-weak. The decider die says yes, they are a weak batting team on 2-3-4. So deep fly dies just shy of the warning track. No runs. So nothing there for the Red Sox. Bottom of the fourth. Still no score. 1-3-5. Second baseman snags the line drive to end the inning. No runs, but a hit. Top of the fifth inning. Still no score in this elimination game 6. 4-6-6. That's going to be clutch for the Red Sox. Clutch batter 24. That's going to be Marty Barrett. He always seems to get. He's the best clutch hitter on the game for the Red Sox. He always seems to get called. So Marty Barrett going to get clutch. He's an A+. Bob Ojeda is an A. So A+ and an A. So a 51 or higher, Marty Barrett's going to give the Red Sox some runs. And he won't. 32. And that's going to be a batter grounds out into an inning-ending double play. No runs. And but there was a hit. No runs and a hit finally for the Red Sox. Bottom of the fifth. 1-5-6. 1-5-6. Routine ground out to the third baseman. Inning over. Nothing across. Top of the sixth inning. 2-5-6. 2-5-6. Pitcher fields ball. Pitcher fields ball and tosses the first inning. No runs, but a hit. So we got a pitcher's duel here, finally, because most of these games were high scoring. 10-5, 5-2, 5-3, 7-3, and 5-4. So this is actually the first pitcher's duel I've seen so far going into this inning. So bottom of the sixth inning now. 1-2-3. 1-2-3. Pitcher grade B+ or higher. Yes, Clemens is an A+, and strike 3 looking to end the inning. No runs. Top of the seventh. Still no score in this elimination game. 3-6-6. That's going to be an error chance. Porous fielding team. No, the Mets are semi-solid. So easy grounder to the pitcher who tosses the first for the out. No runs, but 2 hits. So now bottom of the seventh inning, still no score. But can my Mets clinch it here? 4-4-5, that is going to be a clutch at bat. So let's see who the Mets are going to call on to make the clutch at bat. 53, and that is George Foster again. So he's an A+. I really would like to put Mookie Wilson there, but that's okay. So George Foster an A+, and I guess Roger Clemens is an A+. So a 52 or higher, Foster is going to get the Mets on the board. And he does. 66, he will. So George Foster tells me to say, goes ahead and looks at me and says, Mookie Wilson who? So George Foster goes ahead and he'll come up with some run. We will get run score. And the Mets are a high-scoring team. And it's going to be Just one run, so 22. So it's going to be one run on 2 hits, and the Mets finally get on the board as George Foster comes through in the clutch. I'm going to say Foster clutch at bat, Clab. So George Foster comes through in the clutch. So after 7 innings, it is 1-0 Mets here as we go to the top of the 8th. And now Ojeda is tired. His stamina is up. And they're going to bring in, so his stamina, his grade, would go from an A down to a B. But Roger McDowell can pitch 2 innings at the A level. So McDowell is going to come on now. And the Mets are going to have 2 innings at A grade. So 1-0. Let's see what the Red Sox got. 3-3-4. And 3-3-4. Fielder boots the ball and can't find the handle. That is an error. Decider die equals 1. The decider die says no. So it's going to be another error on the Mets, but they will not get a run. So again, another error. And that error is to the catcher. Carter makes an error. So probably maybe a stolen base, wild throw or something like that. But Carter is going to make an E2. Second error on the Mets, but they do not get a run. So nothing across except an error. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Decider die, keeping the Red Sox off the board. Clemens is an A+. His stamina is 8. He will stay at an 8. This is the 8th inning. So Clemens still on the mound. 2-3-5 for the Mets. 2-3-5. He goes down swinging at the end of the inning. No runs. So it's 1-0. Top of the 9th inning. Roger McDowell pitching for the championship. John Haverly joins us here. So the Mets here pitching for the championship. Top of the 9th inning. Roger McDowell is an A grade. Last chance for the Red Sox. Mets lead the series 3-2. Game 6. Red Sox must score. Do the Mets win the 86 World Series again? 1-4-5. 1-4-5. Soft hit over the infield is tracked down. I'm sorry, 1-4-6. 1-4-6. My bad. 1-4-6. Pitcher grade C or lower. No, McDowell is an A. He is an A. First baseman will take the ball to the bag himself, comes over to the bag, jumps on the bag, no runs, no hits, no errors, and the Mets are going to win the World Series again. You downloaded this game, but you don't have a decider die. Utilize, if you want, just choose a die and maybe odd number. Odd numbers could be yes, or even numbers could be no, or 1 to 3 yes, 4 to 6 no, that kind of thing. Or if you have any other play.com games, there usually is a decider die in there. So the Mets, so no runs on 4 hits, no errors. Mets 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors. George Foster gets the clutch at bat of the game, and the Mets will the bad guys win again? 4-2. We will not need a game 7 as my Mets win the World Series again over the Boston Red Sox, as they should. Well, if my Mets can't win a championship in inside pitch, I'll take this little championship here in fast inning baseball. I'll take it. So after losing the first 2 games at home, the Mets sweep the Red Sox 4 straight. You have second season football, but didn't come with it. Should, because my copy of second season football came with it. Decider dies usually come with practically every game. Well, that might not be true. I also have History Maker Golf. Maybe I took the decider die out of the golf game. I don't know why I would do that, but maybe I did. So once again, your world champions are the 1986 New York Mets, as they should. We are the champions, my friends. Section 518 cheers. Yay! So, we go ahead and we'll take a victory there, a nice victory lap, as the Mets will win Game 6, 1-0. And we beat the Boston Red Sox in 1986. How about that? So once again, so now I'll go ahead real quick. I'll give you a final review on this game now that I played it. It is a lot of fun, and he has so many. He's got a list. He's got a whole bunch of teams you can choose from. He's got right now. He has a total of 8 seasons you can download quick straight. But you can make your own teams. It's actually pretty easy. You don't have to use his template. You could, you can probably create your own template if you want. I think it's a lot of fun. I think I would probably make maybe a change on a couple of things. Like, for instance, maybe, there are here where a lot of runs score and home run and all that. I would like to make the pitcher. I would probably like to make the pitcher grade decide if a home run is hit that quickly or something like that. So in other words, if I roll a 2-2-4, it's automatically a home run. A 2-2-3, automatic home run. I think it's the only. I think that's the only. Now that, however, I will say this though: those are the only 2 though where home runs are automatic. Everything else has to be a strong batting team or shaky pitcher or a hitter's park. So maybe I would leave it alone. Maybe, you know what? Maybe Al Wilson does know what he's doing. Maybe I should just leave this game alone. Of course, it's customizable. You could probably change players. Like, he said he used Baseball Reference to get the highlight hitters. Well, Mookie Wilson played more games than George Foster did with the Mets that year, so I probably would have changed George Foster out for maybe Mookie Wilson. He used Roger McDowell as the closer. I would change that to Jesse Orosco. But like I said, you can get the down. I think he uses Affinity Publisher for his thing. So you could create your own little things and use your own players. Same thing with the Boston Red Sox. So here's some of the other teams that I cut it out with. I just printed this on regular paper. I didn't want to use cardstock. But here you like the 83 Baltimore World Champions, 97 Baltimore Division Champions, 1967 Red Sox, 1970. Here's the 1972 Oakland Athletics, which you will see, on Sunday for the Inside Pitch demo game. So you will see that team up close, pretty much. Then he used the 1985 Mets. I don't know why he chose 1985. I would have chosen 1988. They were actually better than 85. And of course, 1969 for obvious reasons. Yes, the 1969 Mets was one of the best teams in history. I would say top 20, top 25. To me, the 1986 Mets is a top 10 baseball team in history. They dominated. They totally dominated, and they win the World Series. The 1969 Mets, maybe top 25. Then again, you really can't do bad when you have a pitching rotation of Seaver, Kuzman, Gentry, Cardwell, and McAndrew. Pretty darn good pitching rotation. Any team with Tom Seaver on it can't be all bad. But he's got so many more teams. He's got some seasons. He has also some bad teams as well, like the 1962 Mets. He has charts for pretty much every era that you can use. I think the game was a lot of fun. It plays very fast. We played 3 games in less than an hour. So, you can probably, it's very customizable. I think he's got a hit here. If he wanted to charge for this game, he could make some money charging it. He can make money if he wanted to charge for this. But yeah, and of course it's based on a system for fast drive football and all that. I think it's a wonderful game. Al Wilson is a genius. I've got not a bad thing to say about it. I think it's an awesome game. I think it's a great game. I don't know if you can really play you could play a full season with it. You could play a full season, just follow the schedule and see what you get against every other team in the league. So I could probably do the entire 1986 Mets schedule, just utilizing the cards and see how closely I get to 100. Because obviously you're not looking at stats. You'd be looking at to see if you can get to 108 wins or higher or whatever, that kind of thing. Obviously this game is great for tournaments, The problem is with playing a regular season though, the pitching, of course, would be changing someplace because he doesn't have every pitcher. So probably for a pitcher that, that's not listed, that's supposed to start, but you don't have that pitcher, obviously maybe just you could probably roll a die to see who's going to pitch that game, or maybe just create a grade, put that pitcher on, just give him a grade or something. Yeah, you can track hits and errors too. Yes, you can. And this is just a condensed score sheet. I didn't use the big one. But I think it's a terrific game. When I was watching it, I said, let me try it. It's not going to cost me a dime. So I just downloaded the best teams and just printed out just enough teams so I can get the 86 Mets and the 86 Red Sox and just try to play the World Series real quick between the two and see what happens. And the Mets did win it 4-2, 4-2. It didn't go 7, but that's close enough. I think it's a great game. So if anybody here, as far as I'm concerned, I know it got the Steve Tower seal of approval. So I will give it the RJL Network seal of approval. I know it got the ID Jester seal of approval. I'm pretty sure it will give the Uncle Dave Gardner seal of approval, and the Retro Sports Network Uncle Ron Juckett seal of approval. So if you're getting seals of approval from some of the best guys that do this, how could you go wrong? I don't think you can go wrong on it. I just don't think you can. So that's what I think. I think you guys can't go wrong with it. So if anybody here who doesn't have a copy of this game, download it. And it will cost you nothing. It is free. He doesn't charge for it. He's just doing this to help the game community. So Al Wilson, if you watch this later, thank you very much. It is an awesome game, sir. You are a genius. Absolutely. Scooney 007, thank you very much, sir, for joining us. A little late, but that's okay, sir. So that will do it for the game for Fascinating Baseball from me. This was my final sports, or I should say non-inside pitch sports game I will stream, as I now have to get ready for the 1972 inside pitch season. And for those of you who are wondering, is the season ready? Yes, it is. Here is 1972 Cincinnati Reds and 1972 Oakland Athletics. We have all the cards. We have all the fringe players printed. We have, of course, FastScore ready to go for 1972. So 1972 will be the next thing I do for sports for Inside Pitch. For those of you, again, who do not know, I have moved the demo game back to 11 o'clock on Sunday. I'm not going to do it 12. The Inside Pitch demo game usually takes about 2 hours to do, since I'm playing the game slowly and answering, of course, your questions in the chat. All right. So it's going to be started at 11 o'clock, so that you guys don't miss the NFL. Okay. Do I have a video teaching Inside Pitch? Remember, my demo game's there, John. You want to join me for a demo game? Join me for 11 o'clock on Sunday. I know it's Christmas Eve, but you can. I remember you can watch all my demo games. I don't teach the game. In other words, I don't say step 1, step 2, step 3. I don't teach the game. I'm not going to teach it. Okay. What I do is I play the game very slowly. As you guys know, when I play a game of Inside Pitch, okay, a regular season game, I roll, make the call, and move on to the next one immediately. If there is something I have to tell you guys of certain role that will make a run score, whatever, I let you know. Okay. But, you know, but it's not, I'm not teaching it. It is a demonstration game where I will do everything slowly. Roll the dice, show you what happens on the pitcher card. Okay. I will show you. I will show you guys. For everybody who always has issues with the base running, use this, and that will take care of your problem. I'm getting tired of people saying the game is too complicated. Use this. I will show you how to create the base running helper. So all you got to do is find out where the ball was hit, get the base running rating of the runner, and whether it's 2 outs or not, add or subtract what's here, and roll, and you're done. Sick and tired of people saying the game is too complicated. It is not. That's what I thought when I first realized it, and I was wrong. The game has the most intuitive base running system of any game. It's not just roll and, it's a single with 2 stars. No. Because there are players that would never make it to third base because there's mud. So, no. The base running mechanics is the easiest, is the learning curve. It's not a learning curve if I show you what I use, okay, to get the game down. And you will see me create it. And we will do it step by step so you know what you're going to see. Okay? That is how the demo game will work. As I said, it is slow and steady so that people can watch it. And yes, this is a game where you can ask your questions and I will answer it. Concerning the game mechanics, I will answer your questions. Concerning game ratings, such as, well, why is this guy rated a 5 or a 4 or a 3? I will not answer those questions. Those are questions you ask Chris Davis because he creates the game and it's his engine that creates the ratings. I will not answer questions on ratings. That is his job. And he does his job very well. You know, it's amazing how many seasons he's had since it's amazing how many seasons he's had. He started with back in 2020 and now how many he has. Amazing how many holes in his inventory that he had at one point. I mean, he was missing a couple of seasons in the 60s. He was missing some 80s. He was missing pretty much all the 90s except for 3. And now he just completed all the 90s. He's going to do 2001 to 2006. Those are the next season he's going to do to finish off the holes in his inventory before he decides to maybe go backwards. Before 1956, I mean, he has worked very hard to do what he is, and he works his butt off. He has no problem answering questions through email or through the forums. If you have a question to ask him, he'll be more than happy to tell you what the answer is and why he arrived at that answer. And I always tell people, if you have issues with the ratings, change them yourself if you want to. If you feel the guy wasn't that good at that position, lower it. If you feel it was better, raise it. It's your game. Play like David Baseball Demo says. Choose the game you want the way you choose to play it, and I agree with it. So my next telecast, maybe I'll do a Marvel Champions again, maybe before the week is out. But our next main telecast will be the Inside Pitch 1972 demo game, the Cincinnati Reds versus the Oakland Athletics. It will be at Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Gary Nolan, I will have him start for the Reds, and Catfish Hunter, obviously, will start for the Athletics. Those are the 2 World Series teams from 1972. And I do use the World Series teams when I do the demo games. There's no DH, so pitchers will be batting. It is an exhibition game, so baseball rules are kind of relaxed. Okay? And we'll see what happens. Anyway, Jeremy Brooks, John Wise, Scooney 007, Brandon Baker. Let's see here. Ron McGrath, John Haverly, JAA, Philip Reynolds, Chris DeMello, Craig Scarborough, Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike, David Vega, Clee Baseball Fan, and DB. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so, and make sure you hit the dang bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys next time. At least here in Fast Inning Baseball, the 1986 New York Mets do it again. as they're supposed to. Sorry, all you Bo Sox fans. Catch you guys later. Have a good night.